Samuel L. Jackson, renowned for his commanding presence on screen and his candid personality off-screen, found himself at the center of an explosive moment on live television when he took aim at President-elect Donald Trump. The segment, which quickly became a focal point of media discourse, encapsulated Jackson's unfiltered nature and the deepening divide in American politics. What began as a typical television appearance unfolded into an extraordinary critique, creating shockwaves in the entertainment world and political landscape alike. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. The backdrop to this incident was a period of intense national division. The 2016 presidential election had already been one of the most polarizing contests in modern American history. Trump's unexpected victory had sparked celebrations among his supporters, but it left many others, including prominent figures in the entertainment industry, grappling with disbelief and concern. Among them, Jackson emerged as a particularly vocal critic. Known for his ability to speak his mind without reservation, Jackson stepped into the studio that day prepared to make his opinions heard. The stage for the confrontation was a popular primetime news program, known for its candid interviews and lively discussions. Jackson had been invited to discuss his latest film project, but the conversation soon veered into the political arena, a shift that seemed inevitable given the post-election climate. From the moment the topic arose, it was clear that Jackson was not willing to mince words. He leaned forward in his chair, his piercing gaze locking onto the host as he began to deliver a scathing critique of the incoming administration. Jackson's takedown of Trump was as relentless as it was articulate. Without resorting to profanity, a surprising restraint for someone often associated with colorful language, he dissected Trump's rhetoric, policies, and behavior with surgical precision. He pointed to the inflammatory language used during the campaign, questioning how such divisive tactics could ever serve the interests of a united nation. Jackson's tone was passionate but not uncontrolled. It was the voice of someone deeply concerned about the trajectory of the country. What set Jackson's remarks apart was his ability to articulate not only his criticisms, but also the underlying fears shared by many Americans. He spoke of the erosion of civility in political discourse and the growing alienation of marginalized communities. The imagery he evoked was vivid, painting a picture of a nation at a crossroads, teetering between hope and despair. This was not merely a rant. It was a rallying cry, a plea for accountability and change at a time when many felt voiceless. The live studio audience, initially subdued, began to react visibly as Jackson's words gained momentum. Some viewers nodded in agreement, while others shifted uncomfortably in their seats. The host, clearly caught off guard, attempted to steer the conversation back to safer ground, but Jackson was unwavering. He skillfully rebuffed attempts to dilute his message, maintaining control of the narrative with the same gravitas that had made him a Hollywood icon. As the segment progressed, it became clear that Jackson's critique extended beyond Trump as an individual. He delved into the broader implications of the election, examining the cultural and societal shifts that had paved the way for such an outcome. Jackson addressed issues like economic inequality, systemic racism, and the pervasive influence of misinformation, connecting them to the current political moment. His analysis was both incisive and accessible, drawing on his personal experiences and observations to illuminate complex issues. One of the most striking aspects of Jackson's commentary was his ability to balance outrage with hope. While he did not shy away from expressing his dismay, he also emphasized the importance of collective action and resilience. He urged viewers to remain engaged in the democratic process, to challenge injustice wherever they encountered it, and to support initiatives aimed at fostering understanding and inclusivity. In this way, Jackson transformed his critique into a call to action, empowering his audience to take ownership of their future. The implications of Jackson's on-air remarks were profound. For one, they underscored the growing role of celebrities as political commentators and activists. In an era where traditional boundaries between entertainment and politics were increasingly blurred, Jackson's intervention highlighted the unique platform that artists and performers possessed. His ability to reach a diverse audience, many of whom might not typically engage with political discourse, was a testament to the power of cultural figures to shape public opinion. Moreover, Jackson's comments reignited a national conversation about the responsibilities of public figures in times of political turmoil. While some critics accused him of overstepping his bounds, Others applauded his willingness to use his platform for advocacy. The debate over whether celebrities should engage in political discourse was far from new, but Jackson's unapologetic stance breathed fresh life into the discussion. His actions served as a reminder that fame could be wielded not just for personal gain, but also for the greater good. The moment also revealed the potential of live television as a medium for unfiltered expression. In an age dominated by carefully curated social media posts and prepackaged sound bites, Jackson's unscripted remarks were a stark contrast. The rawness of his delivery and the immediacy of the broadcast created a sense of authenticity that resonated with viewers. It was a reminder that, even in a media landscape saturated with content, there was still room for genuine, unvarnished truth. The event further highlighted the deepening divisions within American society. While Jackson's critique was celebrated by those who shared his views, it also drew sharp criticism from Trump's supporters. The polarized reactions to his remarks mirrored the broader political climate, where consensus seemed increasingly elusive. For better or worse, Jackson's intervention became a microcosm of the nation's struggles to reconcile its differences. In the hours and days that followed, the media frenzy surrounding Jackson's appearance reached a fever pitch. Clips of his remarks circulated widely on social media, sparking heated debates in comment sections and around dinner tables. While the aftermath itself is beyond the scope of this discussion, it is worth noting that the immediate impact was undeniable. Jackson's words had struck a chord, capturing the attention of millions and reigniting conversations that might otherwise have faded into the background. Samuel L. Jackson's live television moment marked a significant cultural inflection point, not only for its fiery delivery, but for the broader questions it raised about the role of artists and public figures in shaping the political discourse. By stepping into the spotlight with such fervor and clarity, Jackson demonstrated the undeniable influence of authenticity. His unfiltered critique provided a counterweight to the often measured and sanitized responses from more traditional political voices, proving that raw honesty could resonate just as powerfully, if not more so, with the public. The visceral reaction to Jackson's words also highlighted the emotional weight that celebrity interventions can carry. Unlike many commentators, Jackson's identity and career brought layers of cultural resonance to his critique. As an African-American man who had witnessed and experienced systemic inequalities firsthand, his voice carried a gravitas that extended beyond Hollywood. His appeal to justice and unity transcended the superficial divisions that often color political debates, reminding viewers of the shared humanity at the core of every societal issue. This moment underscored the potential for platforms like live television to serve as arenas of unfiltered truth. Jackson's actions suggested that meaningful change begins with individuals willing to confront power unapologetically, a sentiment that reverberated far beyond that night. Samuel L. Jackson's televised critique also underscored the shifting dynamics of political accountability in a media-driven age. With traditional institutions often perceived as compromised or out of touch, public figures like Jackson have increasingly become voices for the disenchanted. His decision to directly address not just policies, but the underlying ethos of leadership revealed a deeper frustration with the erosion of principles like integrity and empathy in political spaces. In doing so, Jackson reframed the role of cultural icons, not just as entertainers, but as stewards of societal values. Moreover, the segment demonstrated the enduring power of live media to capture moments of unfiltered humanity. In an era dominated by pre-recorded, heavily curated content, Jackson's raw and unscripted words stood as a stark reminder of the impact spontaneity can have on public dialogue. The unpredictability of his delivery, combined with the emotional resonance of his points, created a moment that couldn't be replicated or diminished by subsequent analysis. This moment also illuminated the interconnectedness of cultural and political spheres. Jackson's critique bridged the gap between celebrity influence and grassroots concerns, showing how widely recognizable voices can amplify critical issues. His willingness to confront uncomfortable truths resonated deeply, illustrating the enduring importance of courage in the face of adversity. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us. What are your thoughts on Samuel L. Jackson's bold comments about President-elect Trump? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.